In early 1944, as the Second World War reached a fevered pitch, the skies over Europe became a theater for a different kind of battle. This was not merely a contest of nations, but a contest of speed, engineering, and raw human ingenuity. A group of military engineers and test pilots on both sides were racing against time and each other, determined to build the fastest warplanes the world had ever seen. Air warfare was evolving rapidly, and in this era, speed was no longer a luxury, it was a decisive weapon. The United States, Britain, and Germany were pushing the boundaries of what propeller-driven aircraft could achieve, setting the stage for some of the most dramatic innovations in aviation history. Before the United States fully committed its industrial might to the European theater, American engineers were already tinkering with high-performance piston engines and experimenting with streamlined airframes. Meanwhile, in Germany, the Luftwaffe was not only contending with the Allied bombing campaigns, but also racing to produce fighters capable of intercepting high-flying bombers and countering emerging jet threats. Britain, facing constant air raids, prioritized the development of aircraft that could combine speed with firepower, capable of defending its skies against both conventional bombers and new, faster threats. The need for speed became a shared obsession, a common denominator in the technical blueprints emerging across continents. Aerodynamics, once a secondary concern in aircraft design, became paramount. Engineers studied every curve of the fuselage, every angle of the wings, and every intake and exhaust port to squeeze out additional miles per hour. The evolution from the earlier P-51 Mustang to the Grumman F8F Bearcat in the United States reflected this obsession with velocity. In Germany, the Focke-Wulf FW-190D9 emerged as a response to high-altitude bomber raids, marrying an elongated fuselage with a powerful engine to chase down Allied aircraft. On the other side of the channel, the Hawker Tempest V exemplified British ingenuity, designed not only for speed, but for agility at low altitudes to counter the threat of V-1 flying bombs. These machines were more than warplanes. They were expressions of national determination and industrial might, built under the unrelenting pressure of a war that showed no signs of slowing. Every test flight carried the weight of strategy. Every new prototype represented a gamble on the future of air combat. Engineers and pilots alike understood that superior speed could mean the difference between life and death, between victory and strategic disaster. The quest for velocity was not abstract, it was tactical, it was existential, and it propelled World War II aviation into an era where speed became the ultimate arbiter of aerial supremacy. In late 1944, the race to create the fastest Allied and Axis fighters reached its apex. The birth of the superfighters marked a turning point in aerial warfare, where engineering excellence met strategic necessity. The Luftwaffe's Focke-Wulf FW-190D9, often called the Long-Nosed Dora, was a formidable high-altitude interceptor designed to counter Allied bomber formations. Its BMW 801 radial engine, combined with an extended fuselage and refined aerodynamics, allowed it to reach speeds exceeding 440 miles per hour. This aircraft was not just about speed, it was about survivability and lethality, capable of engaging multiple enemy bombers before retreating under the cover of altitude or diving maneuvers. Pilots trained rigorously to exploit its performance, understanding that even a fraction of extra miles per hour could determine whether they survived an encounter with the increasingly dominant P-51 Mustangs and P-47 Thunderbolts. Across the English Channel, the British Hawker Tempest V emerged as a direct response to the evolving threat landscape. The Tempest was the culmination of lessons learned from earlier Spitfire and Typhoon designs. Its powerful Napier Sabre engine, combined with a sleek fuselage and low-drag wings, gave it extraordinary low-altitude speed, crucial for intercepting V-1 flying bombs. Our AF pilots became specialists in hunting these early cruise missiles, relying on the Tempest's acceleration and handling to perform daring mid-air intercepts. The aircraft's design balanced velocity with firepower, featuring for 20mm Hispano cannons capable of destroying both flying bombs and enemy fighters. Its operational record highlighted the synergy of speed, agility, and destructive capability, proving that in war, technological finesse could decisively influence outcomes. Meanwhile, in the United States, the Grumman F8F Bearcat represented the pinnacle of piston-driven fighter design. Developed in response to lessons from the Pacific Theater, it was built for rapid climb rates, exceptional acceleration, and dogfighting at high speeds. The Bearcat could outpace most contemporary aircraft and engage Japanese fighters with remarkable efficiency. Its Pratt & Whitney R2800 double wasp engine, paired with a lightweight airframe, allowed it to exceed 420 miles per hour. While it arrived too late to significantly impact the European theater, its performance demonstrated the potential of American industrial capacity when combined with cutting-edge aeronautical engineering. These superfighters were not just machines. They were strategic assets, embodiments of the national will to dominate the skies. Each design choice, from wing shade to propeller diameter, reflected meticulous calculations aimed at extracting every possible advantage in speed, maneuverability, and firepower. By late 1944, the race for speed had created a new paradigm in air warfare, one in which the fastest aircraft often dictated the tempo of engagements, reshaping tactical doctrine and redefining what was possible in aerial combat. In early 1945, as the war approached its final months, the superfighters proved their worth in the crucible of combat. Speed alone, however, was insufficient. Operational performance under fire determined the ultimate value of these aircraft. The Hawker Tempest V, for instance, became a key instrument in Britain's defense against the German V-1 flying bombs, also known as buzz bombs. Our AF pilots relied on the Tempest's remarkable acceleration to intercept these small, fast-moving missiles, often engaging them at perilous altitudes and speeds exceeding 400 miles per hour. The aircraft's powerful cannons and responsive controls allowed pilots to either shoot down the V-1 midair or use a risky wingtip maneuver to destabilize the bomb's gyroscope, sending it crashing harmlessly away from populated areas. These missions underscored the direct impact of speed in operational effectiveness, transforming engineering triumphs into tangible strategic results. Across Europe, American P-47M Thunderbolts were assigned to hunt down the last generation of Luftwaffe jets and high-speed bombers. The Thunderbolt, already known for its ruggedness and firepower, was upgraded with a more powerful engine to achieve speeds exceeding 450 miles per hour. Pilots often faced overwhelming odds against faster German aircraft, yet the combination of speed, armor, and weaponry allowed them to perform interception missions with remarkable success. Dogfights became high-stakes contests of velocity, altitude management, and split-second decision-making. Every second gained in acceleration or top speed could determine survival, reflecting the essential role of engineering in real-world combat scenarios. The German FW-190D9 also saw intense operational deployment, primarily tasked with defending the Reich from Allied bombing raids. Its long-nose design and powerful engine enabled rapid climbs to high altitudes, allowing pilots to engage Allied formations before being forced into evasive maneuvers. Despite superior speed, German pilots faced mounting challenges from the numerical superiority of Allied fighters and the increasing threat of late-war jet aircraft. Nevertheless, the FW-190D9's engineering excellence allowed skilled pilots to achieve remarkable feats, sometimes successfully disrupting bombing runs or evading pursuit in ways that less capable aircraft could not. The experiences of these aircraft in combat highlighted a critical truth: speed was a force multiplier. It enhanced survivability, enabled precise tactical maneuvers, and allowed pilots to dictate the terms of engagement. These machines proved that engineering innovations could decisively shape the battlefield, turning theoretical advantages in speed into operational superiority. In the final months of World War II, the fastest propeller-driven fighters became symbols of ingenuity and resilience, their performance under fire cementing their place in aviation history and influencing post-war fighter design philosophies for decades to come. By mid-1945, As the guns of World War II fell silent across Europe and the Pacific, the legacy of speed in aerial combat became increasingly clear. Many of the fastest propeller-driven fighters, like the Grumman F8F Bearcat and the Focke-Wulf FW190D9, had arrived too late to decisively alter the course of the conflict. Yet their impact on aviation history was profound. The innovations developed in pursuit of velocity high-powered engines, streamlined airframes, advanced aerodynamics, and optimized propeller design set new benchmarks for performance that would shape the next generation of military aircraft. Engineers who had once labored under the pressure of wartime necessity now carried their knowledge into peacetime projects, influencing the rapid evolution of post-war jet fighters. The Bearcat, designed for agility and rapid climb rates, became a template for lessons in combining light airframes with powerful engines. Its design innovations informed carrier-based aircraft in the United States Navy, demonstrating that speed and maneuverability could coexist with firepower. Similarly, the Hawker Tempest V left a lasting imprint on British aviation, proving that low-altitude performance could be optimized without sacrificing acceleration or handling. Pilots' operational experiences with these aircraft provided invaluable data on aerodynamics, engine performance, and combat survivability, which influenced early Cold War designs, including supersonic fighters and interceptors. Germany's FW190D9, despite its limited operational time due to the war's progression, demonstrated advanced high-altitude performance and structural design that would inform post-war European aviation. Captured aircraft were studied extensively by Allied engineers who sought to understand the technologies that allowed these fighters to achieve unprecedented speeds. These examinations contributed to a deeper global understanding of aeronautical engineering and the limits of piston-driven aircraft performance. The broader significance of these aircraft extends beyond technical innovation. They represented a paradigm shift in military strategy where speed became a decisive factor in tactical planning. The lessons learned influenced air combat doctrine, emphasizing rapid response, interception capability, and the importance of superior acceleration and climb rates. While some of these machines arrived too late to change the outcome of the war, their existence illustrated the unrelenting pursuit of aerial supremacy and the human ingenuity that drove it. Ultimately, the fastest propeller-driven fighters of World War II were more than machines. They were the culmination of a global technological race, a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of the engineers and pilots who created them. Their legacy continues to resonate, a bridge between the age of piston-driven aviation and the dawn of the jet era, leaving an indelible mark on the history of flight and military innovation.